But like I said, it's unfortunate it doesn't work. Like I said, like I don't know if I've talked too much shit about Streamlabs on this stream, but my god, man, StreamYard is the way better tool. But like I said, like there's multiple different ways to interpret the stories, and like I said, I've no issue like hearing out like other perspectives because even I can kind of combine them in, and like I said, get that objective reality of like what's actually going on here, and like I said, just like line out the story. This is what this person says. This is what the fact of the matter is. Okay, we rule out that this is what this person says. This person says something similar, but it's like obscured. Okay, we get more kind of like clear picture of like what this certain aspect was and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, it's basically a what would be the good word? Just like I was going to say, like a routine or like just basically like a tool that you can use to actually kind of like find out what the truth is. And once you have the truth, then truth shall set you free. But to catch up with the chat as well, because I know like it's like the theological discussions do tend to bring up the things. Like, if you see God at work, he floods the earth to get rid of the wicked. He dropped hail and brimstone to destroy cities. Again, like I said, there's other. I think we were talking about Ezekiel earlier on as well, where God's telling them to take on the false idols. But in that situation, if you're one of those kings, do you disobey God or do you take on the false idols? Either way, you're in a bad scenario. You know what I mean? And like what my kind of like what would be the best way to describe it? Like my kind of like question or a question that keeps coming to my mind is like, should we not be like doubting just because we give this title of God to this person or this character in the book? Does that necessarily reflect what we see to be God or what we see to be believing God? Do you know what I mean? Nothing too serious, just discussing the nature of God and the universe. That's what we do on Theology Thursdays, baby. Week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? We got serious TMX. Says two youngish guys chatting gives me hope for the future as they feel their way through it all. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like the whole aspect is that like the one thing that I could say that pretty much everyone should be able to agree to is that we should pursue truth. Like I think we could even say it like that is a moral imperative that we should all pursue truth. But like I said, we get into very kind of fickle grounds where we have certain systems in play, aka like the CIA or military industrial complex, whatever way you want to call it, where they are naturally going to stifle progress in sciences or engineering if the science or technology is too powerful. And like that is a serious question where I say to people, it's like, yes, the government should always tell us truth to the citizens, but if you have covert operations like CIA, then you're basically saying, yes, I'm perfectly fine with the government lying to me if there is some sort of greater good. But hey, what can I say, man? You know, I appreciate the TMX. Appreciate you. Like I said, I actually really enjoyed that conversation. The kind of the pushback. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, let's break it down here. I had to think. I had to take a couple seconds to think about the questions being asked as well. You know, which is a good sign. You know. Um, Evil Eye says, "Truth is the kingdom of heaven. No lie exists there." But but like that's what I'm saying in terms of like there seems to be a lot of like common ground between like for what Platonists would say is like, yes, that is like quote unquote kingdom of heaven. That's like the divine intellect. You know what I mean? That is the logos, the underlying laws that govern the cosmos. You know what I mean? TMX says you should ask Spar to demonstrate his Irish accent that he brags about. Hey, what can I say? Is he coming after me, Lucky Charms? You know? What can I say, man? What can I say? The beast system. Hey, what can I say? But like I said, like the whole platonic forms is what kind of gets dragged into this as well. Like this whole concept of these geometers, like the triangles and circles and shapes and all the stuff that they draw are just like a representation of like this perfect image of what a triangle is or what a perfect image of what a circle is. Started to be able to define these objective concepts that are metaphysical but manifest in the physical as well. I mean, I oftentimes say it's like even for you to be watching this stream right now, we have to have computers, but computers were once an idea in someone's mind. It was just a concept, a metaphysical concept, and from there, from the the abstract or the from the void, you're able to reach out to that and like manifest it into reality. That to me is like, folks, there's a lot more going on in this system that we think, you know.